Hey, what's going on, guys? Tony here, Creative Fish Studio. I've got my modern DIY koi pond here behind me. You guys have really crushed it with watching that video, but it's been 2 years since we built it and it needs a good deep cleaning. So we've started draining some of the water out. I've got the stock ponds on the side of the house. We're gonna bring over here, fill it with water from the pond so we can move the koi fish in and really scrub and get this thing cleaned out and looking good again. All right, so we're also gonna aerate it, and I've got these sponge filters that we're going to use inside these tanks. They'll also aerate it, but they'll also keep it a little bit cleaner. For the time we're doing it, we don't necessarily need that. We just need air stones, but there's air stones in that. I've already got them out, so we're going to do that. There are plans that we're talking about maybe to expand it another, I don't know, 8 feet here to the side, maybe longer where the fire pit is. But until then, for now, we just need to clean it out. I want to rethink the filtration, especially if we go larger anyway. We're going to have to do bigger filtration. But even right now, if we decide not to go bigger, I am going to think about what I need to do to get better filtration for this thing, better water flow for sure. And so I think I need to upgrade all the tubes on this, go to the 1 1/4 inch that this can take as the maximum output from the pump, but also into the filter. I think that'll help. But we may also just, I think that I need to move the pump a little bit further down into the pond here at the other end of the waterfall to get the water flow a little bit better in there. But so it's not been ideal the way that I've set it up. So those are some of the things that we'll look to address here this summer. They're all down in here. Pressure washing it. All right, so we've got the pond all cleaned out. My father-in-law was in here with his new pressure washer, cleaning all the sides out. The boys and my mother-in-law were in helping try and catch the fish, which was one of the hardest parts of this whole thing, especially when the water gets murky and you've stirred it up, because we had so much sludge in there. And we ended up catching a lot of them as we were going in and actually scooping out.
Oh, yay.
Got one? What'd you get?
Congratulations.
I don't know.
Whoa, a big one.
That's it for koi.
This little water bug on the bottom is awesome. I got this for when I needed to do some work on the pool, and it sucks from the bottom. It's like a sump pump, but it uses a garden hose. And so that got most of what we needed out. And I already had garden hose for the length that we need, because that's what I use with my filter over there to drain to the back of the yard. And so I just hooked it up to here, but I also hooked up another hose to our pump directly, not through the filter, and ran that back to the back of the yard as well. Flooded the kids' play area. But you guys, I don't think I showed this in the last video when I actually built this, because I don't know why. But I, for some reason, did show the shape that we finally ended up with. So we've got this whole bowl right here that's 3 feet deep, just over 3 feet, with a ledge that sticks out here, goes just out to this corner and around. And then we've got a little cut down in there for a deeper area that we make a cave. We put a rock like this one over the edge to kind of go like that and make a cave. We've got another one cut there that we do the same thing and make a cave for them to hide in. They absolutely love it. But we've got ledges around so we can plant plants, or put plants, not plant them, but put them onto these kind of rocks and things to get them closer to the surface. I probably dug them too deep, but I'd rather them be deep and then build them up if I need them. That way the fish, if they're not near the plants, have more room. So that was kind of my thinking with that, is to get them a little, about 18 inches or so down. I'll give you a quick look at the shape that we've got going on. The waterfall's off, but we've got 2 filter systems in here. Still not enough, I don't think, especially with the fish load that we have. So that's why we've got these separated. These are the koi in here, and these are the goldfish, and we have too many goldfish at this point. So I'm probably going to look for some people that might want some of these, or the pet store, to see if they want them to sell as larger size pond comets, goldfish, whatever they want to call them. And yeah, so we're going to suck the rest of this out and then fill her back up with the water from these, leaving some of this water but just to, you know, get it started again with the bacteria and good stuff we have in there. So that's the quick update on how we are going through and doing a big spring cleaning on this pond. We decided to drain it all the way down to make sure we got all that muck that had been accumulating in the bottom. One of the biggest things that we used, and this is a pool net that we have, but it's a big net scoop, and we use this to get all the sludge and stuff out of the bottom, the leaves that had accumulated over the years. Even though I used that throughout the year, you can see them all over here, all the wet dark ones that we've pulled out. So it was quite a mess, and so now I'm gonna get in there with my shop vac and get the rest out. I did use these buckets not only to hold all my plants, but also for scooping out some of the very end here when the water bug just wasn't do it enough. So we've got most of the sludge and stuff out already because of the scooping that we did as we caught the fish. So yeah, now it's time to do the last little shop vac out of the stuff in the bottom, and we'll refill it. We're gonna use these to refill it as well. So we're putting some of the original water back in and keeping things going that way. But yeah, hopefully this will keep her going for another good summer, nice and cleaned out. All right, so we've got the pond filling up again, and we're draining the koi water out now. But what I'm gonna do is, since I've got so much new fresh water in here, I'm gonna take some of the fresh water coming out of the hose, add it to here, so they can kind of acclimate to the temperature, but also whatever differences there may be in the parameters of the water before I put them in here. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do next, is stop this from filling, stop this from draining. But it's definitely clearing up. I still have a little bit of sand in the bottom I didn't get up, but I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm actually turn down the flow a little bit here. There we go. Let it happen over a little bit more time. I don't want to fill too fast and shock them too much. So we got a reduced flow coming out. We're gonna let that kind of acclimate the fish a little bit. You can see them down in here. They're not super happy with me. All right, so I'll have more progress updates for you as this progresses through the summer. So thanks for tuning in again here with Creative Fish Studio on YouTube. We'll catch you guys next time.